What is happening right now in Niger State is deeply troubling and very painful to listen to. Reports reaching us confirm that armed bandits have completely overrun and burned down an entire farming community after residents tried to do the right thing by alerting security forces about suspicious movements around their area. Instead of getting protection in time, these innocent people became targets, and the consequences were devastating. Homes were set on fire, food stores were destroyed, farmlands were ruined, and families were forced to run for their lives with nothing but the clothes they were wearing. Please, as you are listening to this report, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel, because your support helps us keep bringing you real-time updates like this. Eyewitness accounts from the area describe a very frightening scene. The attackers arrived in large numbers, many of them on motorcycles, heavily armed, and moving with confidence as if they knew there would be little or no resistance. They surrounded the community, blocked escape routes, and then began to attack. Gunshots were heard for hours. People who tried to run were chased away from their homes, while others hid in nearby bushes and forests, watching their houses burn from a distance. This was not a random attack. This was a coordinated act of punishment. According to locals, the bandits believed that the community had reported their movements to security agencies. In response, they decided to send a message, not just to this village, but to surrounding communities as well. The message was clear and cruel. If you report us, this will be your fate. Once again, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so more people can hear the truth about what is happening. What makes this situation even more painful is that these are farming communities. These are people whose daily lives depend on the land. They wake up early, work under the sun, grow food not just for themselves but for nearby towns and cities. When you burn a farming community, you are not only destroying houses, you are destroying food supply, income, and future hope. Crops that took months to grow were wiped out in minutes. Stored grains meant to last families through difficult seasons were reduced to ashes. Many residents are now displaced. Families are scattered. Some have fled to neighboring villages, others to local government headquarters, and many are sleeping in open spaces with no shelter, no food, and no medical help. Children are missing. Elderly people are traumatized. Mothers are crying, unsure of where their husbands or sons are. This is the human side of the story that statistics cannot fully explain. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this need to be heard widely. The big question many people are asking right now is this: how did it get this bad? Niger State, like many parts of northern Nigeria, has been battling insecurity for years. Banditry, kidnapping, and violent attacks have slowly spread from remote forest areas into farming settlements and even close to major roads. These groups know the terrain very well. They know where security presence is weak, and they take advantage of delays in response. In many rural areas, communities are left to protect themselves with little support. When they notice danger and try to alert authorities, help often comes late, or sometimes does not come at all. This creates fear and frustration. People are forced to choose between staying silent and risking attack, or speaking up and becoming targets. No citizen should ever be placed in such a position. Like this video and subscribe if you believe no community deserves to live in fear. After the attack, security forces reportedly moved into the area. But for many residents, this came too late. The damage had already been done. Houses were gone, lives were lost, trust was broken. Some villagers are now saying they do not feel safe returning, even if soldiers are deployed temporarily. They fear that once security leaves, the bandits will return, possibly with more anger and violence. This cycle has happened before in many communities. Attack, displacement, temporary calm, and then another attack. Each time, the people lose more than they had before. Their confidence in safety disappears, and their willingness to farm or invest in their land reduces. Over time, this affects food prices, economic stability, and national security. Please, take a second to like this video and subscribe. Your engagement really matters. Another important angle to this story is the psychological impact. Imagine living in a place where you cannot sleep properly at night because you are listening for gunshots. Imagine children who jump in fear at every loud sound. Imagine farmers who are afraid to go to their farms because they might not return. This kind of fear slowly destroys communities from within. Some residents are now saying that bandits are using fear as a weapon. By burning entire communities, they create an environment where people are too afraid to cooperate with security agencies. This makes it easier for criminals to operate freely. It becomes a dangerous silence where people see evil coming but are too scared to speak. Like and subscribe if you think silence should never be forced by fear. There is also growing concern about food security. When farming communities are attacked repeatedly, food production drops. This leads to scarcity, higher prices, and hunger, especially for low-income families. What happens in one village today can affect markets far away tomorrow. This is why this issue is not just a local problem. It is a national concern. Many Nigerians are now calling for better protection for rural communities, faster emergency response, improved intelligence gathering, and long-term solutions that address the root causes of banditry. These include poverty, unemployment, weak border control, and lack of basic infrastructure. Without addressing these issues, attacks like this may continue. Please like this video and subscribe so this conversation can continue. As of now, humanitarian needs are rising. Displaced families need food, shelter, medical care, and emotional support. Children need to return to school. Farmers need help to rebuild their lives. Communities need assurance that they will not be abandoned once the headlines fade. This situation in Niger State is a reminder that security is not just about weapons and uniforms. It is about trust, presence, and consistent protection. People need to feel that when they report danger, help will come swiftly and effectively. As this situation continues to unfold, many residents are beginning to ask hard questions about survival and the future. Some families have already made the painful decision that they may never return to their original homes. When a community is burned completely, rebuilding is not easy. It takes money, time, security, and confidence. Right now, confidence is very low. People are scared that even if they rebuild, the attackers may return again. What we are seeing is a gradual breakdown of rural life. Farming communities are the backbone of food production, yet they are also the most exposed and least protected. When bandits attack cities, the response is usually fast. But when they attack villages hidden deep in forests or far from major roads, help often arrives late. This gap is what criminals are exploiting again and again. Please, don't forget to like this video and subscribe as we continue. Some survivors have described how they escaped by hiding in thick bushes for many hours. They listened to gunshots, screams, and the sound of fire destroying everything they owned. Many of them could not even help injured relatives because doing so would expose them to danger. This kind of experience leaves deep emotional wounds that do not heal quickly. Children who witness these events may struggle for years. Fear, anxiety, and trauma can affect their education and development. Parents who lost their farms and tools may feel hopeless, unsure of how to provide for their families again. These are long-term consequences that do not show immediately but will affect society for a long time. Like and subscribe if you believe these voices deserve to be heard. There is also growing anger among citizens. Many people feel that rural communities are being forgotten. They believe that if stronger and permanent security measures were in place, this attack could have been prevented. Some are asking why bandits seem to move freely with weapons while law-abiding citizens live in fear. These questions are becoming louder, especially on social media and in local discussions. However, anger alone will not solve the problem. What people want now is action that can be felt on the ground. They want to see security personnel not just after an attack, but before one happens. They want intelligence systems that work. They want response teams that arrive quickly when distress calls are made. Please like this video and subscribe if you want accountability and real solutions. Another worrying issue is that bandits are now openly punishing communities. This creates a dangerous trend. If criminals succeed in stopping people from reporting them, insecurity will spread faster. Criminal groups depend on fear to survive. When fear wins, crime grows stronger. That is why protecting informants and communities is very important.